This morning on the Coffee Break Show, we're going to be talking to the coaches of the Babe Ruth 13-year-old All-Stars. These coaches and players have accomplished something that's never been done from the Babe Ruth League here in Tallahassee before. First of all, Coach Jerry Smith. Jerry, you got a pretty good bunch of ball players out there this year.
Yeah, we got some boys that's been willing to pay the price. They've practiced real hard. They work real hard, and they've made believers out of me. I've told them that several times. We've had our backs against the wall, and they've come on back and worked hard. And there's been a few times that we were down, and I wasn't quite sure whether or not we was going to come back, and they've come back every time. And I tell you what, it's a group of winners. That's all you can say.
Okay, let's go back to district play and state play. Who did you beat to win the district?
We beat Wetumpka. We got in the losers bracket. Wetumpka beat us, and then we had to beat them twice. We beat them one night, and then had to come back and play them again the next night. And we played some good baseball and lucky enough to come out on top in that. In the state tournament, Opp did the same thing to us. We beat them first, came back to play them again. They beat us to send it to the final game, and we came out on top of it 7-5. And another comeback by our kids. We came back in the state tournament every single game except the game we lost. Came from behind to win.
That is great, and of course, when you can come from behind, that shows what you're made of.
I tell you what, it's a tribute to the kids and these other coaches here that's been working with them for so long, all through the season and everything. And it shows a lot of character and a lot of class, and I'm just real happy to be able to be associated with a bunch like this.
You're going to be coaching junior high football this year. Last year, you were affiliated with the Tallahassee varsity team. You've got a promotion, so to speak. You'll be the junior high football coach. Is that going to interfere with your baseball? Do you start junior ball a little later as far as football is concerned?
That's right. I'm going to be working with the varsity up until junior high starts, and Coach Weaver's been nice enough to understand the situation and work with us. And I've got some boys here that's going to be playing junior high football. Mm-hmm. And once again, that goes back to the kind of kids and the character, and I'm glad to be associated with this bunch in baseball, and I'm glad they're going to be with me in football because I'm going to depend on a lot of them.
Good luck to you in Charlotte, and we don't know yet who will be playing.
Thank you. We open up with Georgia, 10:30 Friday. We open up with Georgia state champion, and it's going to be another thriller, I guess.
Okay, let's talk to some of these other coaches. Thank you, Coach Smith. Nikki Graham is with us. You have been around these 13-year-old All-Stars for quite a while as far as Dixie Youth League, and they're coming up through the league. If you'll remember, last year, folks, this is the group that finished second in the 12-year-old All-Star tournament, state tournament in Alabama last year. Some of them were 11 years old and still are in the Dixie Youth League this year.
That's right. We just about have all the kids with us this year that we had last year, except for three, I think of, Corey O'Neill and Derek Baker and Jonathan Rivers. They're all still playing this year with 11 and 12-year-olders, and they're doing very well. But like we say, these boys here have held together and did a super job this year. Super. Everybody's real proud of them, and I just hope we can go up there and win it all.
It cost a lot of money to send 10 or 12 young folks on a bus to Charlotte, and we need your donations. What kind of money are we looking for? Say we go all the way through and win this tournament. How many days will that take? We're talking about bus fare. We're talking about lodging. We're talking about food. What kind of money are we looking at if we go all the way through the tournament and win, then go to the Nationals?
Well, just transportation as far as the bus, getting them up there is going to be, if we stay the whole time, will be around a little over $1,900 just getting them there. But once we get them up there, they're going to be staying with their foster parents, so they will be feeding them and taking care of them there. What we have to worry about is, feeding them, getting them there, and then on the way back we'd have to feed them because it's going to take probably 8 hours to get there.
Okay, so an 8-hour bus trip, maybe a little longer going by bus.
That's right. You're correct.
Well, congratulations to you, state champions, and you, along with one other team, will represent Alabama. And who's the other team?
That was
North Alabama.
Somebody from North Alabama. Okay, two teams from Alabama are the 13-year-old state champs. Do any of the other states like Georgia, Florida, North and South Carolina, Tennessee, do they feature two teams or just one?
I believe just one team.
Okay.
On them.
Let's talk to Coach Melvin Barker. He's with us also. These are the coaches that have taken these 13-year-old All-Stars as far as they've gone state championship. Melvin, is your first state championship to be. Have you been affiliated with anything that's come this close to a championship team before?
Oh, not quite. I tell you what, I worked with some young boys in Little League, and it hadn't been as much success as what it is right now. When I was coaching Little League, we didn't have that much of a winning season.
Mm-hmm.
I worked real hard with the boys, and one thing about these boys right here, they all play as a team and they work real hard together, and that's one thing that contributes, to being a success so far.
Money-wise, when Dixie Youth League play is over, there's not as much support for the Babe Ruth team, has never been in Tallahassee, as there is in Dixie Youth League. So you folks operate even during your regular season here on a limited budget.
That's true. Dixie Youth and Babe Ruth is a little bit different. Babe Ruth is, they've got the lighting system down here, and they having to take up much of the slack on that, and they having to put some money in that situation. That's one reason that we're asking people right now to come out and, give contributions to us. And if it wasn't for that, I'm pretty sure they'd have the money, to give us. But, we've gone a long ways, and I'm pretty sure everybody in Tallahassee is proud of us right now, and I'm proud of the boys. They played their hearts out, and they've done a super job for us. I'm just pleased.
Folks, right now it's 104, 105 degrees, and you see these 13-year-old all-stars out here working to make Tallahassee the regional champs, and then from there, the national champs will play the regionals. Starting, as you heard Coach Barker say, next Friday morning, we'll play the Georgia State champions, and that'll be at Charlotte, North Carolina. We need your support. If you could call 283-4398, make a donation, $5, $10, $20, $50 to help send these young people to Charlotte. It certainly would be appreciated. Let's meet the team.
Dana Haynes, pitcher and left field.
Shannon Graham, third base and pitcher.
Mark Miller, catcher.
Derek Gastock, center field, pitcher.
Will Payne, left field and third base.
Shay Adair, pitcher, second base.
Jeff Mooney, shortstop.
Mark Hayes, right field.
Stephen Osborne, right field. Jackie Stewart, left field.
That boy. Come on over here. He's kind of shy. He is camera shy and mic shy and doesn't want to. But he ain't shy when it comes to running the bats and chasing the balls in. How old are you?
6.
6 years old. How old have you been a bat boy? This your first year? You've been a bat boy before? And what's your name?
Brandon
Brandon what?
Graham.
Brandon Graham? I thought it was Brandon Smith. You wouldn't tell me a while ago, would you? There's the bat boy. That's the entire team. You've met the coaches. You've met these young folks. Let's show them our support by donating. Let's send them to Charlotte and have a national championship team from this 13-year-old Babe Ruth All-Star team.